Hello and welcome to today's lecture on the flying seed. We are going to review everything you need to know to be using the flying seed correctly today. That's going to be our goal for today. We'll have new information for you next week. So in using the flying seed, and this is something that I've noticed as we've given the teacher training course both in Hawaii as well as Taiwan and at the Western Gate in Los Angeles. At all three of those locations, something that I've seen is that people who have been using the flying seed all along sometimes get a few of the basics mixed up just a little bit. So I want to make sure that just briefly everyone understands how to use the flying seed, and then we will review what you're supposed to do in the morning and evening with the flying seed. But first off, how do you actually use the flying seed? Well, having the flying seed active, which means that you have the flying seed, you have a chamber of eternal light within the flying seed, and then you place the 8-sided pyramid that is specifically for the flying seed on top of the flying seed itself. Placing the 8-sided pyramid on the flying seed activates the flying seed. And keep in mind, this is not the 8-sided pyramid we've used over the past 19 years. This is a different 8-sided pyramid. It is the capstone piece for the flying seed, and it is what activates the flying seed. It is what puts the energy into the flying seed. So that is how you activate the flying seed. Once you have it active, it has a tremendous impact on its immediate environment. Everything around you, everything in the room. That means that having it active while you do your creating practice is going to be a great benefit to your creating practice. Having it active for any of your other techniques will be a great benefit for your other techniques. Having it active during biogenesis treatment sessions will be a great benefit to those treatment sessions. Just having it active is a great benefit. But then there's a way to actually use the flying seed to enliven specific seeds and enliven those effects within you. Each of the seeds has a specific wheel of Genesis that is related to that seed. Each wheel of Genesis is related to 3 different seeds, but each seed has just one wheel. So the green regeneration wheel will be related to 3 different seeds. And for each of those 3 different seeds, they will only be related to the green regeneration wheel. When you find out the seed that you want to enliven, then you look at the materials that we've provided you, the chart, or you look online, and it will tell you which is the primary wheel for that seed. So let's say it is the first rays progress seed. You take the first rays progress seed. It will tell you the materials that we've provided, tell you exactly where on the flying seed you should attach that wheel. You can attach it using the pipe cleaners that we sent with the flying seed. You can attach it using the little clamp that we sent with the flying seed. Any way that you want to attach the wheel onto the flying seed at the location of that seed. Now, this is going to get just a little technical. When you attach the wheel to the seed, the wheel has 2 locations that it can be placed. Directly above the wheel, which means that, the wheel would be attached directly above the seed. That means that the wheel would drape over the seed, hang over the seed. Or you can position the wheel directly to the right of the seed, but not to the left. It has to go either right above it or right before the seed. And before the seed means as you are looking at the seed, it is immediately to the right of the seed. Those are the 2 locations that you are able to attach the wheel. Then you would enliven that seed. When you have the wheel attached to the seed and you enliven the seed, that means that you enliven that specific energy within the wheel of Genesis. Now you enliven the seed by using the seed phrase. Again, this is in the material that we've provided to you. For each of the 81 seeds, it has a specific seed phrase. You will use the creating technique. You will go through the three steps of creating, except the first step, purification of the desire. That one you don't have to do because the intent is given to us. The seed phrase is not going to change. But what you can do is you can introduce the seed phrase. Let's try flying seed, therefore intent. So you would introduce this seed phrase, then you would immediately start to visualize the blue, pink, and yellow of the Wheel of Hope. Once you feel the warmth within the heart, this may only take you a second or two, or it may take you 30 or 60 seconds. Once you feel the warmth within the heart, then you bring your attention from the colors back onto your heart and the warmth within your heart. And then you reintroduce the seed phrase within the warmth within your heart. So with our example of flying seed, therefore intent, we would go ahead and introduce that seed phrase back into the warmth within the heart. You would do this at least 3 times, meaning you would continue to focus on the warmth within the heart, and at least 3 times you would reintroduce the seed phrase within the warmth within the heart. This is how you enliven a seed. Once you've enlivened the seed, once you are done enlivening all of the seeds that you are going to enliven during that particular session, you remove the wheels of Genesis and then you put them in your pocket, or you wear them, or you put it under your pillow, inside your pillowcase, so that you can sleep with it near to you throughout the night. Anything like that will be fine. This is how we enliven the seeds of the flying seed and use the wheels of Genesis to benefit from those energies all day long or throughout the night. Now, let's take a look and just briefly go over how we use the flying seed in the morning for the sunrise seeds and the evening for the sunset seeds. While you're able to use the flying seed anytime you want during the day, it is especially beneficial if you use it just for 10 or 15 minutes in the morning and 10 or 15 minutes at night before bed. So let's take a look at these. The sunrise seeds. This involves the I am seeds. I am stands for inception, appellation, and mission. You have almost definitely already found your inception and your appellation seeds because I've told you about this so many times. Your inception seed you find by looking online. We have a page where you simply go and enter your time, date, and location of birth, and it will immediately tell you your inception seed. Then, your appellation seed is based on your name. This is the name that you use most frequently. If you always go by a nickname instead of your given name, then you would use your nickname. If you always go by your last name, then you would use that. And if you always go by your first name, your given name, then you would use that. Whatever name you go by most frequently, that's the name that you will use for your appellation seed. And then it will tell you the seed number that is associated with your name. Finally, the mission seed. Those of you who attended the teacher training course in any of the 3 locations, the seat in Hawaii, the Eastern Gate in Taiwan, the Western Gate in Los Angeles, any of you who attended those teacher training courses, you already have a permanent set of mission seeds, 3 mission seeds. So you know which one, the 3rd seed, you will use for this practice. But for the rest of you who have not had an opportunity yet to go to the teacher training course, you will use the moon wings every morning to find your mission seed for that day. You use the moon wings and you let fly the moon wings using the intent, I am thy instrument. You'll do this every day because when you are using the moon wings at home, atmospheric conditions, and this wouldn't be clouds and thunderstorms or snow, this would be negativity in the environment. This can interfere with the clear signal coming from the Great Central Translator to your moon wings. It can interfere with that signal, which means that if on one day, let's say on a Tuesday, you're going to use the moon wings to find your mission seed, but there's a lot of negativity that was stirred up in your neighborhood or in your city during that day or in the day before, then your moon wings will give you the best available answer for your mission seed at that moment. But a few days later, you try it again on Friday, that negativity may have subsided, and now you have a much stronger connection between your moon wings and the Great Central Translator, so it will give you a better answer for your mission seed for that day, because every day the moon wings give you the best available answer for your mission seed. Again, those of you who attended the teacher training courses, because you threw the moon wings in the presence of the Great Central Translator or in the presence of the Chair of Genesis, then you have the best available answer permanently. But for everyone else, we throw the moon wings every single morning using the intent, I am thy instrument. That will tell you the mission seed number, and then you find the wheel for that seed number and the phrase for that seed number, and you enliven that after you enliven the inception and the appellation seeds. Then you also enliven your daily seed. This is something you're going to do as well. The daily seed changes at least once per day. So on any given day, usually there will be 2 daily seeds because it's a 24-hour period, but it's not tied to midnight to midnight. So many times during the day, you'll have 2 different seeds. Which one do you use? You use the daily seed that is active at the time that you are enlivening the flying seed. That is our sunrise seeds. Now, our sunset seeds. We have a new seed that we're to enliven with our sunset seeds. We've been enlivening the seed of action and the seed of relationship for several months now, and you are welcome to continue doing that. If you would like to continue enlivening those seeds, you do so before you proceed with these new instructions. So you would do the seed of action, the seed of relationship, and then you would do the seed of hope. The seed of hope is going to be performed differently because we don't put the wheel directly on the flying seed. We find the seed of hope every evening. We find a new seed of hope. That we do using the moon wings and using the intent when we let fly the moon wings, I am hope. Once we let fly the moon wings 4 times, we find out the seed number for our seed of hope for that night. Then we take the primary wheel associated with that seed number. Instead of placing it on the seed, on the flying seed itself, we instead place it in our right hand. And in the left hand, we will hold the wheel of hope. Wheel of hope in the left hand, primary wheel for the seed of hope in the right hand. Then we will do the creating practice, just as we normally do with the flying seed, and we use the seed phrase for that particular seed. So everything's the same as we normally would do to enliven any particular seed, except that the primary wheel doesn't go on the flying seed, it goes in your right hand, and you hold the wheel of hope in your left hand for this process. Once that is done, we then move to our reflective seeds. And I told you about this a couple weeks ago. The flying seed is in a spiral pyramid shape going upwards from its base, and its base is the widest point. But energetically, it also goes downward to a point from the base. And you can see a hint of a reflection in the picture on your screen right now. Clearly, you see the physical flying seed in its spiral pyramid shape, capped by the capstone 8-sided pyramid. But then underneath it, you can see the shadow the reflection of the flying seed going downward to a point as well. Lantos explained that this is the fullness of the flying seed. Each flying seed, the 81 seeds going upward as well as the 81 seeds going downward, each one individually represents fullness. But the two of them together represent an even greater degree of fullness. The reflective seeds of the flying seed are represented by the chamber of eternal light. The chamber of eternal light contains within it the reflective seeds. That's why we have the chamber of eternal light inside the flying seed when we have it active. And Lantos explained that for each of your seeds, your inception, your appellation, and your mission seed, they will have reflective seeds that match them going downward in the reflective part of the spiral of the flying seed. So these reflective seeds, how do we find them? You've got a handout that we sent you a couple of weeks ago, and I'll send it again in the email that goes out with this video. That handout tells you what your reflective seed is. It's just 2 columns, and the left-hand column goes from 1 through 41. The right-hand column starts at 41 at the bottom, going up to 81 at the top. And if your seed in the expressed flying seed is between seed number 1 and seed number 41, you will look in the left-hand column, and then the number next to it in the right-hand column is the reflective seed. If your seed in the expressed flying seed is greater than 41, or even if it is 41, so anywhere from 41 to 81, you can look in the right-hand column, find your seed number, and then the seed next to it in the left-hand column is its reflective seed. So that means that if your seed is seed number 1, your reflective seed is going to go ahead and be 81. And if your seed is 81, your reflective seed is going to be seed number 1. You can use the table to find this easily. But if you don't have the table, you can still find the reflective seed by subtracting that number of the seed from 82. And we have to start at 82 because 82 is the equivalent of 0. When we add 5 seeds, if we try to find the 5th seed in the expressed flying seed, we actually start at 0, though we don't think about it. We just notice the first seed and we call it the first seed. So the 5th seed is 0 plus 5, and so that's the 5th seed. Likewise, to find out our reflective seeds, we don't start at 81 and subtract the number. We start at 82, which is the equivalent of our 0 seed, and then we subtract the number. So if we wanted to find the reflective seed of the 10th seed, then we would take the number 82 and subtract 10. That gives us 72. So our reflective seed for seed number 10 is seed number 72. This is how you find your reflective seeds. For your inception seed, your reflective seed is not going to change. For your appellation seed, your reflective seed is not going to change, and this is because your inception and your appellation seeds don't change. Then your mission seed. For those of you who went to the teacher training course, you have a permanent mission seed, which means your reflective seed for your permanent mission seed is also going to be permanent. It will not change. But for those of you who throw the moon wings each morning to find your mission seed for the day, you will use the reflective seed for that day's mission seed. So each night your reflective seed will change as well based on what your mission seed was, the primary mission seed was in the morning time. You will do the order backwards instead of I am, inception, appellation, mission. You start with the M, then you go to the A, then you finish with the I. So mission, appellation, then inception. This is how we go ahead and start with our sunset seeds. So our sunset seeds, just a recap. We have the seed of hope. We find it using the moon wings every single evening, and we use the intent, I am hope. Then we take the wheel for that seed, hold it in the right hand. We take the wheel of hope that would normally be sitting next to the flying seed. We take it and hold it in our left hand. We create using the seed phrase for that seed of hope. Then we put the wheel of hope back next to the flying seed. We set aside the wheel, and then we go ahead and enliven our reflective mission seed, our reflective appellation seed, and our reflective inception seed. We'll do 3 to 5 minutes for each of these. So that means 4 different seeds, 3 to 5 minutes. You could do it in as little as 12 minutes up to 20 minutes each evening. This will be our evening sunset technique. Okay, everyone. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope you have a great week.